is Najib Fesali. I'm a Bull FC player. I play in the central defense. Well, growing up, I didn't know what I wanted to be. That was at the age of 7. So you always think that you want to be something, not until it becomes what you really do. So I started my football career at Main Street Primary School. That was in 2009 when I played for my school team. Furthermore, I went for my secondary school life and I happened to play for St. James. It was actually the first secondary school I played for because I was still small by then and I thought I would not make it. But then something always told me that I would push. So the following year I went to Ginger SS and played for my secondary school and I emerged. I happened to be in the first team. So after that I became a regular starter. That was in the next year, that was in 2014, the following year. So I became a regular starter until we played for the 2017 tournament PP that was in Masaka. So God was on our side. We emerged the winners and we happened to be the first Eastern team to have that trophy. Furthermore, when I went for my A-level education, I didn't have a very impressive run whereby we used to be knocked out. We actually got knocked out in the quarterfinals, and I think that was the end of it for my high school career. So from then, I happened to get contracts. I happened to get offers from Uganda Premier League clubs. That was Maroons inclusive, Vipers, and KCCA junior side. But then after a thoughtful comparison and a decision had to be made, and I went for URA. This was my breakthrough, and I was really happy that I attained my first professional contract with such a club. This was a club that was driven by only glories and victories. So that's where my journey started from, and that's how my journey has been as a young player to attaining professional contract with URA Football Club. I believe for every player, they all wish to play for the national team. So the highlight for my career so far has been playing for my national team. Although I wasn't lucky enough to play in the official tournament. These were only friendlies. I remember playing in Iraq, and I was so happy wearing and representing my nation. I hope and pray to play professional outside Uganda. I hope to attain a better professional league, and I think that would push me. That would be the beginning of my professionalism. I hope to get back to the national team. My goal is to attain and cement my position at the national team as well as professional. Well, I focus a lot on I actually reflect, and I always celebrate both small and big achievements. I remind myself of the purpose behind my work. Before the game, I always watch some videos. There are some videos, particular videos on YouTube, particularly Virgil van Dijk. This helps me to keep track and to remind myself of what I'm supposed to do, and to always keep my mental health. My mental aspect of it is most important in this game of football, where it keeps me fresh and I always feel I can always be at the top of my game if I have all those things in place. So even before the game, when you go into the game, I at least have an idea, or I know what I'm supposed to do and what not to do. This helps me keep that, it helps me keep that consistency, game in, game out, and to perform at the best of my ability. Yeah, of course, the toughest opponent I faced was that is Ethiopian coffee. These guys would play. These guys would pass, they possess the ball, inclusive of the keeper. So how we adapted was we always kept shape, we kept composed, and we got them on counter-attacks. You know, this helped us play an offensive game, and we managed to break their defense and win them. This was when I was still at URA in the CAF Confederations Cup competitions. I was lucky to be born to the family of Mr. Abdul Fesali and Solha Muhammad. I was born in Jinja. I lived in the heart of the town. My family is also composed of Muslims. We are 6 and I'm the second born. I believe our family's togetherness has always been the core or the pillar of my well, I believe as a young player, you always need that push. My family has always been there for me, most especially my father, who has been actively helping me. He has been the core pillar in my football journey, where he would always fund me, he would always get me playing boots, and this has been a very integral part of my journey. I thank him so much, and I thank my mom also, who has always been there through my injuries, and at times she would nurse me, at times she would always give me the remedies, she would be there to support me emotionally, and this always kept me pushing. In my hard times, she would always give me the medicine in cases whereby I would get sick. This has always pushed me, and it has always motivated me. It has always given me that confidence that I have people who are always supporting my journey. So I thank them so much, and as well as my big brother, who was side by side with me, although it was on a short term after I left Jinja to pursue my footballing career in Kampala. So I believe family is very important for any young player, for any developing player, and for anyone who wants to be successful in this football industry. Well, unfortunately, my big brother was far much better than me. He was a lefter and a striker. He had this kind of power in his left foot. Well, his spell was short. He didn't play that much. I thought he would play professional, but he took a different course. So in my family, I'm the only one who is playing football. The rest have taken life has taken them to some other industries. So at the moment, I'm the only one who is in the football industry, and I'm the only one playing football. In my free time, I always love to meditate. I always love to reflect, and I always love to watch my games. I like to see my mistakes and improve on them. So I do a lot of swimming to relax my mind and interact with friends. I visit family. Family time is very key and important. Well, football is very challenging. it depends on how and what you really want. So balancing is not that easy, although you have to give credit to what's most important. So for me, football, I give it 80%. For my personal life, I always go to visit my family, or I always give them my time if I have an off football, because it is really important to have that rest. You know, the body is the engine, and it's what always drives you. It's what fuels you. So if you don't rest it, if you don't fuel it, if you don't give it the right ingredients, and if you don't rest enough, because rest is an integral part in the game. So balancing it has not been that easy, although at times you have to make a schedule that you follow. And I always have this schedule whereby immediately after training, at times I give myself at least 4 hours of rest, so my mind is refreshed and I can do other things outside that. And at the times where I get offs, maybe after training, after having a game, in fact, we would have some relaxation. So I'll also do some things outside football. Although it's not that easy because this is my job, but I'm looking forward to making a better schedule. You know, I remember being in high school and I didn't have that much interest in computer, but I've grown that desire in computer sciences. I think I'm always finding myself linked to or glued to the computer and researching and always learning, trying to learn. You know, I'm always trying to see, because this is it's a digital world. So if you don't learn, then you're left behind. I always try to, there are so many things I do, some lessons I do, and I think I'll have to pursue or to go ahead and do maybe information science after my career and see how things go. I view criticism and negative feedback as opportunities for growth and development. I analyze them carefully and improve where necessary. I focus mostly, to stay motivated, I actually refer and reflect on the small and big achievements I've had so far in life and remind myself of the purpose behind my work. Yeah, I've had a lot of challenges, mostly when I attained my first professional contract with URA. After that spell, I had a lot of injuries. I had knee injuries that kept me out of the game for 6 months. So I overcame them by taking a lot of rest, by following the doctor's advice. And I think after that season, I was loaned to Gaddafi FC, where it was playing in a big league. This was more of a setback to me because I wanted to play in the Premier League. So I only thought to myself that if I wanted to be back in the Uganda Premier League or back at URA, I had to put in more work, where we had the challenge to promote this team to Uganda Premier League. So I thought that was my only opportunity to cement my name and maybe get back to Uganda Premier League. We were lucky to have achieved those goals, where we promoted Gaddafi FC to Uganda Premier League, and I was lucky enough to be called back to Uganda Revenue Authority. So at least I had overcome that. Furthermore, I played my first game in the CAF Confederations Cup against Ethiopian Coffee. where I attained my first national team call-up. These were some of the biggest achievements I had after something that I thought was a setback to me. My advice to young players is to stay disciplined, to work hard, and focus mostly on improving. These gradual processes or the process will always push you, and don't be in a rush. If you want to succeed, you should always stay consistent, be open to learning, and be willing to push beyond your limits. Believe in yourself. There will be challenges, but I believe at the end of the tunnel, there is always light. I was inspired to become a professional footballer by my passion for the game and my drive to attain, to perform at the highest level. Growing up, my role model was, I looked up to Cristiano Ronaldo for his relentless hard work, his work ethic, and Raheem Sterling for his creativity on and off the field. Their journeys inspired me to pursue my dreams and work hard to achieve success.